Yo, in today's video, we'll be looking at creepy and strange TikToks that are going to make you question reality.
Y'all about to say I'm crazy or I'm a conspiracy theorist or whatever. But I just want to say, like, has anybody noticed that water is out of control right now? Like, water. Don't want to stay put right now. Like, water is out of control. Every time I get a water bottle, the water bottle is leaking. When I take a shower, the water is acting crazy. I'm over anywhere, something stopped up. It's always raining. Like, water is really out of control right now. And I think it's significant. I would go into detail to tell y'all how, but I know TikTok just gonna block my video. But yeah, I said what I said.
I think the Gen X and the government is working together. Hear me out. Now, I'm not going to start a conspiracy, right? I'm just going to point out some facts. One, why do they call them Gen X? Think about it. They're walking around acting like normal people. They act just like us. When they get bit by a mosquito, they itch just like we do, right? They want us to believe that they're normal. I did some digging. What I found shocked me. These Gen Xers walk around with extra strength, extra power, but they act normal. And the government wants us to believe that they're normal people. Doesn't that sound familiar? Oh yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, just put Gen X right there. They made sure that they didn't put Gen X men, because if the youngins tried the Gen X, then the Gen X will wreak havoc. Sean, you are crazy. Come on, man. Do you really believe this? Think about it. My generation would say, hey, man, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Their generation would say, I wish a motherfucker would. Kind of sound like somebody's pretty powerful. Just think about it. A threat is right in front of you. We say, hey, don't play with me. I ain't the one to play with. But they walk to the threat and say, I wish. Please try me, please. I beg of you. So why do you wish that they would do that? They're a threat. You ain't seen a threat until you see me do something. That ain't suspicious? I will never forget. I seen a Gen X climb the tree, make it all the way to the top, fall down from the tree, hit every single branch. And when he got up, he was smiling.
That's crazy.
Looked at everybody and started laughing. Dusted himself off and said, I'm good, and climbed the tree. Me, my cousin, and my brother do the same exact thing he did. We only got halfway to the top. My little brother falls down the tree, don't hit as many as branches as him, falls to the ground and did just this. Now me and my little cousin looking confused. Is he dead? We look at our Gen X family members like, yo, we think he dead. I kid you not. They looked at him and said, nah, he good. He gonna sleep it off. You said sleep it off? He not breathing. You said he ain't breathing? Oh yeah, he good. I'm finna cry like, yo, I'm about to lose a brother here, man. Like, y'all ain't gonna help him?
Gen Xers.
They like, man, you soft, man. Dang, let me check and see if he breathing. Oh yeah, he ain't breathing. I told y'all my brother ain't breathing. Quit all the crying, all right? He gonna be all right. How when he ain't breathing? Somebody call 911. He gonna be good. My brother was rushed to the hospital that day. But you telling me the Gen X man didn't have to go to the hospital? That ain't suspicious. My uncle got hit by a car. Got up and started limping. My sister got hit by a car. We rushed her to the hospital. So I think the government trying to end the world. Because my mom and dad are Gen Xers. And Lord knows I ain't playing with them. They got more skills than Pootie Tang with that belt. So let's make sure that the government don't end the world by playing with the Gen Xers, please. I want to live. I want to raise my kids, okay? Make sure y'all put the Gen right here, okay? Please share the message so we can save the world. The government want us to rile them up. We're not going to do it. Not going to start the apocalypse, okay? Please share this message. I'm begging you. And to my mom, if you're watching this. Mama, I love you. P.O.P. hold it down. Squad, what it do, baby? I love you.
Yo, any Gen Xers out there? What's y'all superpower? Let me know in the comment section for real. The world is a stage. Oh, we got 4 different versions of the same guy. That is true. He did have like different errors with different names. Wow. I mean, I never called him B Rabbit except for in the movie.
The other night I was talking to one of my best friends, urging her to vote, and she told me that she feels that there's no point in voting for the president because the system is rigged to let Donald Trump win. Now, this is not a conspiracy theorist. There is a test you can give for conspiracy theorists, because saying something like that usually means you believe in chemtrails and they injected nanites in the vaccine and stuff like that. But this is not a conspiracy theorist. She is a wife and a mother who's got a good man. Yes, ladies, they do exist. I know it's like Where's Waldo, but she's married to Waldo. She got her oldest through high school and college. And she's pretty much, as I said, a level-headed person. The biggest problem was when she presented this theory, which sounded conspiratorial to me, I couldn't find an argument against it. We're fucked.
What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Black Swan event. Something that nobody sees coming. Well, June 9th, that contract expires. It comes to an end.
And that contract is the agreement between Saudi Arabia and the USA to use the US dollar for oil payment. Now, I looked online and I could not find exactly what contract this was that was expiring, but this guy is saying it expires June 9th. This is where the conspiracy theory comes in, because this is a theory, this is opinion, this is speculation, this is for entertainment purposes, because I could not confirm this contract ending June 9th. What I do find odd is the timing, how today for the New York Stock Exchange, there was a technical issue after some stocks incorrectly showed drops up to 99%. Was this a test? Possible trial run? I don't know. Just a weird coincidence. And on top of that, we had Mexico's stock market today, June 3rd, fall by 5.7%. It is the worst performance since the global financial crisis in 2008. And if that's not enough, we have over 250 earthquakes on Hawaii's Big Island. Not to mention how yesterday we had a 6.0 earthquake hit Japan. I wonder if Ryan Garcia knew something that we don't know, having this prediction about a bad earthquake that will hit Los Angeles and Las Vegas June 6th. But hey, no matter what happens, praise be to God that his kingdom is not of this world. And if you trust and believe in Jesus for eternal life and you are a child of God, you do not have to worry about the things happening in this world. Clearly, you want to be involved, you want to be salt and light, but we do not allow fear to overtake us. We do not allow the world to steal our joy. We can enjoy the little things in life that the Lord gives us while the whole world goes to hell in a handbasket. And while it's going to hell in a handbasket, we are called to love others, to give truth, and to be light and salt. So do not allow these conspiracy theories, the news articles, the wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, don't allow it to steal your joy.
It's really important to realize that Earth is unique. There's no place else for us to live. We can't go live on Venus or Mars. We can't live anywhere else in the solar system. You and I are a product of Earth. You and I are part of the ecosystem. We are not separate from it. And so we all have to work together to take care of our planetary home. I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth. There's no place to go.
Eddie, we're being propelled into outer space! We hit the sky?
There it go.
This is impossible!
The fake sky.
Ed was right! The sky is falling! Thank you very much. So now what?
I'm afraid we may just find out, Eddie.
Man. Yo. That looked like a real thing, like a real person. Mike got turned into stone. Look at that. Petrified. It remind me of them Olmec statues down in South America.
Hey, you know how they taught us that if you don't remember history, you're bound to repeat it? Because if you think about it, what you focus on grows. Abraham Hicks talks about it. Bashar talks about it. Billy Carson talks about it. That's why they remind us of slavery, of war, of genocide, of all the things that we're afraid of happening again. Our fear grows. Our obsession grows. We are bound to repeat it. Whatever they taught us in school is probably the opposite, especially when it comes to history, finance, economics, and reality. If there's anything you want to remember, stop repeating history. Stop focusing on it. It's the past. It no longer exists. What timeline do you want to be on? I love you.
I'm a retired FBI agent. This case is on my radar. This is an update to the Colorado pond mystery with the lady's shoes that were found by Levi Comstock at Countertop Epoxy. I think the sheriff's office now is investigating this thing, or has looked into it, at least commented on it. And their speculation is that it's just a trash pile. Following Levi around in his first video, around the pond, I didn't see any trash. I mean, people are just not going to dump just shoes. So that didn't really fit, but nonetheless, maybe they're looking into it. Been some speculations that maybe Levi himself and Levi, that people maybe think that you were the serial killer, and that you did this to generate some interest. So I don't really think that's probably the case. Levi, I don't think that you are a serial killer. Let me just say that. You would not be my top suspect on this. You made a reasonable speculation about something that does seem to be a little bit inexplicable. Why would someone just dump shoes? We had some other comments where folks said that the pond itself is, although it looks remote and probably is remote, but is not, but apparently is somewhat accessible to a nearby road, and that ultimately is close to an interstate. It is possible that this could be a dumping ground, I guess, not necessarily for dead bodies, but for people just dropping stuff off. I saw another post from a creator, Escherbeat, who pointed out that it's very possible that all these shoes could be used for adult content purposes. I think there was he had pointed out that there was something called wet and messy heels or something like that.
Hundreds of these videos out on YouTube and for sale. This is probably a popular spot where some content creator, comes with various models, which is why you see shoes in various different sizes, to shoot these videos and then just leaves them as litter.
Hey.
That's a thing? You can create content, you just put some heels on and go walk through a mud?
I'm not one to judge, but that said, that's not necessarily an unreasonable explanation. Anything's possible. As an investigator, it's important to not rule out stuff at the start, because you just never know where you're going to go. And there could be, in this case, could be hundreds of plausible explanations, and probably the lowest probability of what this is a serial killer. So, don't rule anything out at the start of a case when you just have a few suspicious facts. That's important to do. And something else that a commenter pointed out was, hey, if this is a crime scene, we see Levi touching some of the evidence. Normally that's absolutely a correct observation. In a crime scene, you do not want to be handling stuff. But in this case, some of the shoes that he pointed out looked kind of old and weathered. Some weren't, but for the most part, what I saw, the surface of that did not look like it's something that would lend itself to fingerprints. And, you know, when it's out in rain, weather, heat, and that kind of stuff, it really, really would make getting fingerprints almost impossible. I don't think there was much risk there. Now, as far as DNA goes, I have talked to experts on both sides of the spectrum, and I know that actually DNA has been extracted from like 3,000-year-old mummies. So, you know, and in other cases, I've heard, this pair of pants or whatever with DNA has been outside for 2 days, and there's just absolutely no way to get DNA off of it. But anyway, some great comments. I want to stay on this because this case to me is fascinating, and it may be nothing, but it is very interesting.
Anyone know what would cause the ocean to turn this color? I walked closer to the water and no, like that's a big nope. Wasn't part of the view, but that's not bad. The ocean, ugh. Look at it. Okay, he's coming right up to my feet now. But it's tripping me out, and I will not be. Back up, Merlin, back up. I'm not getting in that water. Look at that.
This, but we buried this guy like a day ago.
Wait, what?
Hey, but guess what? He's back.
Back from the dead.
I know, buddy. I see you. I'm surprised you're still up and walking around.
Okay, so am I tripping? Or okay, so the noise is my turtle. And I'm home alone, right? But the reflection shows
it's a whole person right there.
Now they're all watching the fucking movie. Look at this shit.
Oh, snap. What the heck?
Tell me if you guys notice anything different about this scene.
Where is everybody? Hey, look at this.
Okay, my fiance mentioned it. Didn't they malfunction and like catch on fire? I feel like I remember that too, and I tried looking it up, and even videos back to 2014, it doesn't show that part. But I vividly remember it catching on fire, and so does he. I don't know. Let me know if you guys noticed it or if we're just tripping.
Yo, are they tripping? We gotta find somebody with an old VHS of the Shrek movie, if they got the old VHS or DVD or something, you know, with a physical copy, because that might, man, are we in a Mandela effect? I do kind of feel like that's what happened. Like, it malfunctioned and broke down and burned up. That's crazy. Hey, what if they be doing this on purpose, right? They'll release an original movie like in the theaters and you'll see it a certain way. And then when, you know, the movie comes out later, they'll edit a few things and have you tripping like, yo, this isn't exactly what I thought. I have not seen Dancing for the Devil on Netflix, but I am going to watch that here soon.
Glitch on real life.
Ma sono immobili.
Oh snap. They all just stuck still?
Ma perché?
None of them moving at all?
No raga, non ci credo. Glitch on real life.
Yeah, I would never notice because I'm just always driving by. I don't have time to really stop and look and see what they're doing.
Ma quelle che sono rimaste così.
would be a little creepy though.
Y'all, there's got to be something going on with the water, y'all. Look at this. There's got to be something going on with the water. Check this out.
Oh.
Get the dogs out. Get the dogs away.
You get the dog away. Look at that dog. He a gangster.
Get the dog back. Get back, Charlotte.
Bro, this dog got no survival skills whatsoever. And apparently this guy doesn't either. But look at this. This thing gets even more interesting. Is that a sawfish, y'all? Don't worry, it gets more interesting.
Yeah, I got video. Here we go. He'll pop back in a minute. Insane. Hello. That's crazy.
Look at that. It's trying to come on land.
Ah.
What the hell?
It's literally trying to come on land, y'all. What's going on?
You know what? After this video, I'm going to back my ass up.
Yeah, you should have before.
He came to shore. Fuck that.
There's got to be something going on with the water, y'all. Like it's literally trying to come on. It's literally trying to come on the shore.
Well, now, you've added something else. Scott, I don't know what Clint's bringing down here, but he needs to go back to fuck home.
Look at that, y'all. It's literally trying to take him out. That's crazy. Or what is going on? There's got to be something going on in the water, y'all. Look at it. This is in Florida, boy. Everything's happening in Florida. So much activity is going on in the water, especially in Florida, y'all. It's literally has turned up. The animals in the water, or the fish in the water. I've been saying fishes lately. People been getting on me about that. The fish in the water have been acting up in Florida. I don't know if it has to do with the heat or something like that, but something's going on, man. But let me know what you guys think about this video. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during these interesting times. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this, y'all. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shift. Peace in.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on down south for sure.
I'm a retired FBI agent, and this video about a potential serial killer just went to the top of my list. So Levi Comstock at Countertop Epoxy, cool name, posted a video at a remote pond in Colorado where he found, I think his last count was 10 shoes of various kinds. The shoes matched. They were pairs. They were of different sizes, and they were all clustered around this pond that looked to me like just almost impassable to get to. He said he had gotten there by four-wheeler. So one of the questions that I would ask is, what's the access to it? So if this is somebody that is dumping bodies into this pond up there, and then the shoes are washing ashore, how would they get the bodies there? Because these were ladies' high heels. They're probably not walking up there. That's issue number one. Levi, I know you said that you had talked to the police, the sheriff's office, and they weren't really interested. So I find it very intriguing. It would be worth taking a boat out and maybe getting some kind of dredging equipment into that pond. And also too, what is the use of the pond? What is the access to it? Those are the first questions that pop to my mind, because it looks like you're in the middle of nowhere. Right. So it's going to be, if this is something nefarious, it's somebody that's familiar with it, first off, because I think you said you had been riding out there yourself, and you had never seen it before. This is somebody that knew it, somebody that has to have access to it. So those are the first questions to look at. And, again, how hard is it to get a boat up there of some kind where you could just maybe run some, this is not something I have expertise in, but I've seen some guys do it with the sonar to see, if there's anything of substance in there. I don't know how deep the pond is, or just some kind of old-fashioned dredging equipment. That's the first thoughts I have on this thing. But it is very, Levi, you are absolutely correct. It is intriguing and hard to find an explanation for. So I think you're onto something. Stick with it. Keep the questions and comments coming, and let's see if we can figure this thing out.
Yo, I didn't even notice what was going on. What's coming out of the plane though? Okay, now that was a little bit weird. Who got an answer for that one? Because I don't.
Okay, Euler's disc in 4K.
That mug looks crazy. I've never seen anything like this. That was crazy.
This is Target selection for boys' summer clothes. This is the boys section.
Very pink. Very pink for the boys nowadays.
This is mad random, and I only thought about it because it's playing on my TV right now, like as I'm recording this. Oof, I'm so pale. I love SpongeBob, but there's one episode that I have never liked. Like, for some reason, I just never liked it. It's just something about it. I just was like, Do y'all remember that episode where it was real windy? Like, the whole episode was about the fact that it was mad windy and SpongeBob could not go outside without the jellyfish, like, coming after him. He had to hide in the cave, and then he made the stone statues of him to try to get the jellyfish to like go be with those, but they didn't like the small ones, and he had to create these real big ones. And then by the time he went back to civilization, everything was gone. The Krusty Krab was all like, it was not there no more. And then fast forward, and it was some like aliens visiting the statues, and it was like, oh, we don't know how these got there, but like they've been here and jellyfish love them. I don't know why that episode has always just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but it has. And it also makes me think about the pyramids, for the simple fact of we don't know how they got here, supposedly. I could just be bugging, but this episode has always given me the creeps.
Yo, was there...
You finally realize why Animaniacs really got canceled.
This one. Pistachio, almond fruit fudge, butterscotch delight.
Ingredients: zinc trisodium aspartate, sorbitol and bisulfate, oxide beta-carotene, lactic acid carabine. Wheat milk emulsion, maltodextrin alkali, sodium deoxide, lots of sugar, acid salt, artificial barley malt, glycerin, and aspartate, folic acid, that tastes great. Monophonic glutamate, dehydrated glycinate, sodium, phosphate soybean lecithin deoxide,
Yo, Animaniacs was woke. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I like Animaniacs, right? That was one of my shows as a kid growing up. I try to put my children onto I can't even say it, Animaniacs like recently, and they just wasn't having it. They're like, what is this? I mean, they watched like the first couple episodes, and it was like, we back to what we want to watch, you know. So, but that's crazy though. They literally was telling us the truth back then. Like, have y'all ever looked at the back and like the ingredients on basically anything that you eat? Look at the ingredients next time you pick up anything from the grocery store and see if you can replicate it. Yeah, see if you can replicate anything. Grab the ingredients from a granola bar and go see if you can make that same granola bar at home.
They keep deleting the video about the murals, so I'm really just gonna have to watch my mouth. Basically, there were these murals inside the airport that actually depicted a lot of apocalyptic kind of... Let me just show you that. Like, imagine walking into baggage claim and seeing this. Or better yet, this. The weird part is a lot of these murals had children incorporated into them. Mind you, this was made in the 1990s, and it even references things that we're experiencing today. Now, these murals were so controversial for the last about like 8 years. They've been putting them up and taking them down, putting them up and taking them down. But the lore gets better. If you guys don't know about Blucifer, this is going to be who welcomes you to the Denver airport. When I was in Denver this week, I met some locals who were telling me that they actually moved the statue to do some construction underneath the airport. So then I got curious and I really wanted to know more about the crime and stuff that goes on. And y'all, people go missing and then magically turn up. One lady went missing and was dead in her car for 6 weeks. Y'all should really look into the theories about this place.
Ryan Garcia.
Whoa, 6 weeks. So they're doing some construction underground. They probably be snatching people up, right? Going down there, experimenting on them, maybe cloning them, who knows, you know? And then letting them back out. That's probably like the secret reptilian headquarters. So have y'all seen the Marvel show with Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson? You know, where they're doing all the reptilian stuff. They probably got like a secret lair underneath the airport, kind of like they did, the Skrulls did, right? Had a secret lair. And that's where they keep all their victims and they just clone them, basically. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm reaching right now, but hey, it's a possibility.
Is doubling down posted this: when an earthquake happens tomorrow in LA and Vegas, I don't want to hear anyone speak the Lord Jesus Christ is the King of Kings. Here's what I find crazy. In the last 24 hours, there has been 911 earthquakes. Magnitudes up to 5.6. And on Tuesday, there was 1,300 earthquakes that day. And the reason why that is alarming is because the daily average is around 55 earthquakes per day, or 20,000 per year. But you're telling me in the last 2 days, we've had around 2,000 earthquakes around the world. And the day before, June 6, 666, the day that Ryan Garcia has predicted a earthquake in LA and Vegas, he is doubling down on it. So that is crazy to me. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but we have 9/11 symbolism here. Look, I'm not telling you there's going to be an earthquake tomorrow. Ryan Garcia is. And I'm not telling you that I agree with him or that I believe him, but this right here is alarming. I cannot stress enough, no matter what happens, we cling to the Lord, whether there is an earthquake tomorrow or not. I mean, clearly there's going to be an earthquake tomorrow. There's been 1,000 of them today and yesterday, so there's clearly going to be an earthquake, but it's more the idea of the magnitude. What do you guys think? Do you think Ryan Garcia knows something about something going on? Is it just nonsense? What do you think's happening? I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence that he's controlled opposition and he's pushing propaganda to make Christians look crazy because he always confesses or professes Jesus, and then when nothing happens tomorrow, he looks crazy like every other Christian. Or maybe he does know something, and then yeah, we'll see, right? I don't know where to go with this, and that's why I'm asking you guys. Well, with that, we'll see what happens. But again, 1,000 earthquakes the last couple days. Pretty crazy. Love y'all so much. God bless, and remember, the just shall live by faith.
So do y'all think Ryan Garcia really got insider information, or is he controlled opposition? Like, are they just using him to kind of do what they say, like this universal do what they say is universal law, and just kind of like tell us what's about to happen? I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I mean, when it comes to like people who got an abundance of money, there's somebody giving them that money, right? Somebody's paying them. So those are the people who are really in charge. So I don't know. I'm always questioning those type of people.
What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Pigs are hybrid chimeras created by the Nephilim. So the conspiracy
is that why they say in the Bible not to eat pig or pork or something? Did they say that in the Bible? Or do they say that? Because I know, you know, Muslims don't eat it. But yeah, man, maybe that's why, because it's not a real animal. Someone was telling me like a pig is related to a hippo in a way.
Theory goes that pigs are hybrids of humans, dogs, and other animals mixed together, and that they were created during the time of Genesis chapter 6 with the Nephilim mixing genetics in the world.
It makes sense too, because you know, when a person has to go get like an organ replaced, typically they're going to use a pig organ. Why? You know, out of all animals, they say, oh, we're closest in DNA or whatever, but why is that? Is it because they're a created hybrid animal? Like, they're trying to create hybrids right now. You know, they do it now. You know, they just can't talk about it. You know, I'm sure there's scientists out here trying to do it. Who's to say that knowledge wasn't there years ago, thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago, and they weren't doing it then? Who said they weren't cloning people or things back in the 1800s? That's not that long ago.
This is why God commanded the Israelites to not eat swine. Where people find validity with this theory is how similar pigs are to humans. Their skin is very similar to ours. I believe tattoo artists will use pig skin to practice. I believe the pig's heart is very similar to us and is able to use parts of it in surgery to then transplant into humans. Again, I may be wrong with some of this. It is a conspiracy theory. And they are also extremely social and intelligent. Wouldn't that be wild if that is the reason why God told the Israelites to not eat pigs, because they are a hybrid animal created by the Nephilim? This is also why Jesus casted out legion from that man and put those demons into pigs. So you have Nephilim spirits who were possessing a human. He then casted them into a hybrid Nephilim animal, the pigs, and then drowned them in water, just like the flood back in Noah's day. Again, this is a conspiracy theory. I'm not sure what to believe with this, but I think it's a fun one. I mean, wouldn't that be wild? Pigs are human hybrids with dogs and other rodents. I believe it was a rat. I believe that was it. It was rat, pig, a rat, dog, and human hybrid. Wouldn't that be wild? But I mean, I can't really talk much. I have this hybrid animal right here. I'm really not even sure what he is, but you know, we love him.
Real talk, there's a lot of hybrid dogs out here. There's probably a lot of hybrid people. It makes me kind of want to go read the book Animal Farm. I know some of you have probably read Animal Farm back in your day. I actually got the book upstairs. I haven't read it in a while. It makes me want to go read it again. Look at the sky in Dallas. That don't look natural to me. Like natural at all. Did that look natural to y'all?
Why is that so beautiful?
Well, there you have it. When you think you know everything and the world's been discovered and everything's been done, scientists discovered a missing continent. They found it after 375 years.
375 years. We got missing continents. Wow. What's this? A map?
Look at their rockets. This is how they claim they get into outer space, is these rockets. Their rockets never go straight up. Every single rocket launch from a government space agency, you'll notice, follows a parabolic curve. It goes up, it reaches a peak, but what they do is as the rocket starts coming back down, they make sure that it goes down over the ocean, out of the way of any curious observers. Anyone can see it coming back down to Earth, asks, hey, how come the rocket's not going up anymore? Well, it's going around the curvature of the Earth, is what they tell us. So every single rocket, the reason that it follows a parabolic curve, they say, is because it's going around the curvature of the Earth. The real reason is they can't get up any higher than that.
Literally, there you go. Proof right there.
They tell us that the Earth is a sphere. They show us pictures of a sphere, of a circle. It's a perfect circle. And then they come out and they say, well, it's actually an oblate spheroid. Oh, what's that? Well, it's a sphere that's flattened at both poles, so it's more of an oval shape. It actually bulges out south of the equator, as well as being flattened at the poles. So it's more pear-shaped.
So it's not actually a sphere.
This guy.
It's oblate. And officially it's oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above. A little chubbier. A little chubbier. Yeah, chubby's a good word. It's like pear-shaped.
Look, they got Neil deGrasse Tyson just because he could talk good. I swear. That's the only reason. He ain't doing none of this science himself, man. Talking about, it's an oblate. It's actually a pear. Next thing you know, he's going to say, it's actually a square. It's actually a rectangle. He just going to confuse us. You know what I'm saying? The Earth a triangle.
Pear-shaped. So why are all of these official NASA photos and videos showing perfect spheres when it's actually an oblate spheroid or a pear-shaped?
Look at that. Looking down, it's not even in the same direction. Like it's floating. There it is.
That's weird.
Hold on. This camera's gotta straighten itself out. Hold on. Let me do this right. All right, here we go. Here we go. And here we go. This is the moon. This is not an app. I've been waiting for you. Oh, big face in the sky. Yeah, see it?
Oh, snap.
You can't see it with the naked eye unless you zoom in, and it's something about the light. Hold on.
Yeah, we live in a hologram.
Check it.
We live in a holographic universe, y'all.
Beautiful. Scary at the same time. It's back. Look at that. Now look at that. See this?
Would you look
at
that?
See it first.
It's life.
Oh, go figure. Look at that. Oh, look at that.
With my naked eye, because I'm trying to look at the moon and the camera at the same time. But check that out. Look at that. Looking down, it's not even in the same direction. Like it's floating. There it is. Take that to the banks. Take that to the banks. It's
Yo,
the
that's
face.
crazy.
Oh my, oh my. You better get right. Get right.
Never seen nothing like that before. I gotta, you know what? I'm about to pull this camera out and finna go try to film it. I'm finna try to get it actually on film one day. I wonder if it's still out there.
The gaslighting is so real. Joe Biden tweeted, and when I say Joe Biden, I mean one of his staff, tweeted that no one is above the law. This is coming from someone who had classified documents in his garage as vice president, and the FBI stated that he is not competent to stand trial. I have a few more. Number two, he continues to erase student loan debt when the Supreme Court said no. 3, the border, in case you forgot, is still wide open. He's making no plans to fix it. They tried to put up barbed wire. They took it down. No one hears about it. And last but not least,
barbed wire. Y'all really think that's gonna work? Have y'all seen the videos of these people crossing the border? There's Border Patrol agents right there, helping them basically. Like, yeah, come on in. You know, so it's not an issue of putting up a wall or a barrier or anything like that. It's just they're letting them over on purpose, and they're probably telling the other countries like, "Hey, come on over," you know, so that they can come. No, you won't have any consequences. Just come right in.
My personal favorite is the contents of Ashley Biden's diary. I genuinely think that Biden supporters have no idea these things are going on because all they hear about is Trump, Trump, Trump. Yes, Ashley Biden's diary was deemed real by the FBI. Do you know the contents of the diary? I doubt it. Ashley Biden, yes, he has a daughter that you probably also didn't know about, claimed that she took inappropriate showers with her dad, aka Joe Biden. Why isn't he being prosecuted for any of these things instead of Trump being prosecuted for misdemeanors that the judge made to felonies? Because, you know, it's totally fair.
Well, that's because, you know, who's in charge right now? You know, you think he gonna lock himself up? He's like, no, we finna put all these charges on you because the pedo's in charge. You know what I'm saying? Does it make sense to y'all?
In this video, he speaks about stay-at-home moms. Make sure you watch them to the end and let me know what you think in the comments below.
This is going to be a tough one. I tell you, I was thinking today, and I mean, I'm going to be 82 years old, so I got a lot of thinking to do. But I've been thinking about my life and my daughters and granddaughters and everything, so I wrote this down because there's so much that I want to say, and I don't want to miss anything. So if you see me looking, it's not because it's a story, it's because it comes from my heart, and trust me, there's a few tears on these papers. So to all the stay-at-home moms, you are loved. Thank you for doing the thankless job. Thank you for doing the most important job that you could possibly do. I know that there are times you want to break down and cry, and that's okay. The moment you became a mom, you didn't become a robot. I see you. We know that you love the title of mom, and 90% of the time you are 100% okay with it. But in those 10% of moments where you miss who you used to be, or maybe don't even remember who you used to be, other than a mom. To the mom with the toddler having a meltdown in the middle of the aisle, to the mom that just wants to enjoy a night out, but has to cancel at the moment because of a sick child, I see you. Thank you for going above and beyond, even though it will probably not be recognized. Thank you for all the mundane jobs that you did today that no one will even notice. This is the absolute most thankless job you'll ever do. But it's the most important role you'll ever play. Your 3-year-old may not thank you now, but society will thank you later. For all of you domestic goddesses out there, this is the most unappreciated job I've ever known. I see it over and over in my own daughters, my granddaughters. There's no awards or employees of the month. There's no raises for doing an exceptional job, no overtime. There's no co-workers to help you. There's no scheduled time off and no vacation time. You're expected to perform no matter how you feel. Be ready to wait on others. The feelings of isolation are overwhelming. Being a housewife, when you try to vent to somebody, you get that generic reaction of, at least you get to stay home all day. That is horrible. I definitely can appreciate all of you. I see you now. If no one else has told you today how valuable you are to your family and to your community, I'm here to tell you that you are needed. When I meet a well-adjusted, polite, well-rounded young person, the first person that I want to thank is their parent or parents. You may only raise one child, but you may have an impact on thousands of people's lives inadvertently. You are important, and the fact that your home is clean, your dishes are done, your children are fed, but just for the fact that you managed to get up today and go to work even when you didn't feel like it. You're doing an important thing. I'm sorry that most people won't appreciate you. To all the moms and wives out there today, I see you through my daughter's eyes, my granddaughter's eyes, every day. Remember, you are loved and you are amazing. God bless. Have a great day.
Shout out to all the moms out there. Trust me, I see you too. Man, it is tough being, you know, a parent and trying to raise children. You know, there are situations where the man does have to go out and work and provide, and the mom might have to stay at home and do all of those things. And it's one of those situations to where you kind of don't have a choice. You know, you got to raise your children. You can't just leave them out here on their own. So, yes, we do see you. You all are appreciated, 100%.
Look at this. Look at this.
What is this?
Look at this. Get out of the way. Look at this. Somebody please explain. That is some kind of an artificial background.
Yo.
Artificial sky. Yellow. Looks like wires, maybe? Yeah, that's trippy. That's trippy. Hold up. Hold up, let me get another angle.
Hunger Games, anybody?
Gotta see this. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody help me understand that. Somebody help me understand what the heck that is. Look at no, that's the sky's tripping. Big time. Big time, baby. Big time. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
This guy is tripping.
Look at this.
Yo.
Somebody please explain.
Is the Matrix breaking apart? My sunflowers wouldn't face the sun today, but they all turned and are facing the moon. We got moonflowers out here.
This.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sky is falling. Failing. Sorry, the Matrix is falling. The sky simulator is failing.
Camera. That is some kind of an artificial background. An artificial sky. Yellow. Looks like wires, maybe? Yeah, that's trippy. That's trippy. Hold up. Hold up, let me get another angle.
Nope.
Gotta see this.
Nope.
Look at this.
What the fuck?
Look at this. Somebody help me understand that.
Yeah, help me understand.
Somebody help me understand what the heck that is. Look at no, that's the sky's tripping. Big time. Big time, baby. Big time. Look at this. Look at this.
What the fuck?
Look at this. Get out of the way. Look at this. Somebody please explain.
What the
fuck?
Look at this.
In this video, she shows us what tears look like under a microscope. Make sure you watch until the end and let me know what you think in the comments below.
Crystals. You know, if you look at like Google Maps and stuff, you'll see like land that looks like this in a way. What if this is somehow how the land we have is formed? Because this looks like crystallized something. I don't know what it is. But isn't it just crazy how you could take a microscope, right, and look at something and a whole new world is revealed to you? Tardy babe? Is that what it said?
A German flat earth map from World War II has just been uncovered, and it depicts another ice wall all around Earth with other continents and land masses that are outside of it. And supposedly Germany during this time period went on expeditions. See these black circles? I had to erase that so we didn't have to see their symbol, but this is supposedly where they went out and just claimed this land. Here's New Schwabenland, whatever that is, and they actually have Asgard way over there. And then up here we've got Terra de Vista. I'm not sure what that is, and I don't know what that is either. Is that supposed to be the top of the earth or something? And then over here we have the lost continent of Lemuria, which apparently went underneath the sea and sank somehow, but I guess it's on this map from the 1940s. But a lot of these words we can't even read because it's in German.
What if Lemuria is still there? You know? But like, you can't see it on anything that we access. And we don't really know how to get there. You know? Like, what if, you know, traveling the Pacific is just like very tricky and you might get lost and then you find Lemuria.
German, but this is also a reflection of the moon map, if you've ever seen that.
Oh yeah, I have seen a moon map before.
Ayanna Pressley just laid out the MAGA Republican Project 2025 agenda in clear, quick detail, and everyone should watch.
And we must sound the alarm. Project 2025 is a far-right manifesto. It is a 1,000-page bucket list of extremist policies that would uproot every government agency and disrupt the lives of every person who calls this country home. I won't detail every aspect, but I'll share some highlights. The Department of Education would be eliminated, cutting students off from civil rights protections and ending essential Title I funding for K-12 schools. The Department of Justice would go on a murdering spree. It would rush to use the death penalty and expand its use to even more people while circumventing due process protections. Project 25 not only calls for national book bans in schools, but also creates a list of banned words for the federal government that would be deleted from, quote, every federal rule, agency regulation, contract, grant, and piece of legislation that exists. End quote. Here are just a few of the words on the list: diversity, gender, reproductive health, and of course, conservatives want to ban the word abortion. On that note, abortion care would be inaccessible and illegal no matter where you live. Take it from them. On page 6 of its playbook, Project 2025 states, quote, the Dobbs decision is just the beginning, end quote. People, even in my district, the Massachusetts 7th, a leader in repro justice, would be criminalized for pursuing essential health care. Now, we could have an entire hearing on how these policies would quite literally ruin and end lives, and I didn't even touch upon proposals for housing, climate change, worker protections, and more. If enacted, Project 2025 would destroy the federal government as we know it.
They're trying to tear down the system and start a whole new system here, huh? Hey, man, the way the world been going, hey, I can see it happening.
Did you hear about that volcano that's happening in Italy right now?
No.
No.
It's called Campe Fredde.
All the time.
It's sitting over this giant basin of magma. It's supposedly the second most powerful supervolcano on Earth. This past week, there have been 2 major earthquakes from that mountain.
That's bad news.
They've set up evacuation plans.
Yes.
But like, if this thing goes off, we're talking like half of Italy. But it's so big too that Mount Vesuvius, you know, which is also in Italy, they speculate that the magma, it's like connected. If Campe Allegre went off, Mount Vesuvius would go off at the same time too. It would be so intense and catastrophic that it would send the entire Earth into a prolonged 2 to 3 year winter. National Institute of Geophysics confirmed that the eruption is a present and near scenario. They said the global temperature would drop 2 degrees Celsius.
What if Mother Nature's curing herself? Have you thought about that?
Are we going through a reset? Is that what that
I
is?
used to think all the orphans on the orphan trains may have been grown in a lab, but now I'm starting to think that they were stolen and they put all their parents in the insane asylums. There was like 20 times more people in insane asylums back in like the late 1800s, early 1900s. People probably don't actually even go insane naturally. The handlers taught the kids how to work in factories and built them an entire false historical narrative. Out of those kids is where the secret societies came. It was like being on the debate team or FFA or the football team. You were a part of something, and they used those kids to enforce the other kids. So the ones that tattled on people became the police, etc., etc. There's so much more to it, but if you want a great place to start, watch Mind Unveiled on YouTube. Great content, great research.
He ain't lying. Mind Unveiled. Great content.
We're getting Rep TV announced July 6th in the Netherlands, and this is why. If you're not familiar with the 112-day theory posted by Nikki here. When I tell you I gagged when she posted that, because she does all of the Swiftie math. And she, with the 112-day theory, there's a pattern that Taylor has done, and this is confirmed. This is not just clowning, this is like actual, like we've seen it substantiate into real life with 112 days. Again, another one of my favorite Swiftie content creators. I think the clock reset in Paris. The 112 days we've been following this pattern, but the clock went from pink to orange in Paris. Time has been reset. So 112, where did it come from? Well, Taylor has 112 stolen songs over her 6 albums, and when you add 112, you get 13, so 11 plus 2. As you can see, this is proven historically with the Speak Now Taylor's version released on July 7th, and then 1989, 112 days after that. So where this got a little bit crazy is Nikki commented on my last video that the 112th show is actually July 6th here in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. So since the clock has been reset in Paris, what have we seen? So many orange costumes. Now, something to remember is that orange was a part of the Reputation era. It's a color that was used with the black initially, but then kind of dropped off. And why the eggs are coming together for me is because the national color of the Netherlands is orange. That is where she's playing her 112th show in the Netherlands on July 6th. Also, Nikki, one of her first videos on the 112-day theory was around the Midnight's map and the 76 pointing to Europe. I think it's actually 7-6 in American cadence, so the 6th of July. Let's go back to that egg. So if we go back 112 days before July 6th, we have March 17th. Taylor Nation was hardcore egging Reputation on this day. With this post, killer first time that we saw it. And then the little detective emoji, something was happening. And that brings us to October 27th. Taylor is playing in New Orleans, America's most haunted city. That is where she will release Rep TV. So it'll be announced on July 6th in the Netherlands with all of the orange Easter eggs we've been seeing, and it'll come out on the 27th. The other interesting thing to know is that is almost to a year minus a day of 1989 and Speak Now, so the same 112. The clock has been reset. And just to put one more little tiny Easter egg into the basket, Paul McCartney and John Lennon met on July 6, 1957. She loves Paul McCartney. We know that. They're really good friends. There's always these Beatles kind of eggs and references. It's cool that this lines up. So I think this is how she's going to announce it. She's just going to come out. There will be no explanation, only Reputation with orange snakes on the 6th of July in the Netherlands.
Reptilian TV. That's what that is.
Allegations of Martin Lawrence being a clone after dying from stage 3 lymphoma are finally confirmed. Martin Lawrence started his comedy career in 1992 with a hit show called Martin. Unfortunately, in 2022, he was diagnosed with stage 3 lymphoma. He knew he was going to pass away, and he wrote in his will that he accepted to be cloned so that he can continue his work in the mainstream. Martin Lawrence's family has supported his decision and has accepted his clone as part of them. Unfortunately, the clone cannot withstand and is not the same as the original Martin Lawrence, for the clone does not have a soul. Now that the clone is doing interviews with Will Smith, it's being apparent and the world can see it's not the same Martin Lawrence. He's a lot different. His speech is different, he talks a lot slower, and he looks like he's doing bad. A lot of people are commenting like he's on drugs or something. But unfortunately, the truth is, Martin Lawrence is dead. He died in 2022, and we now have a clone.
Yo, do your research on that one, because I haven't.
You guys liked part 1 of the Vatican Secrets, but wait until you find out what comes next. So here we have the Vatican Hall 6, where the Pope addresses the people. Just take a look at it from the back. What does this look like? I'll give you a hint. You can see here you have the 2 eyes, the 2 sharp teeth. The hall or the row is the tongue, and it even looks like scales in the window. Weird, right? So let's take a closer look at what's on stage behind where the Pope stands. Look at this.
Whoa.
Look at this statue. Does this not give you like so many just disturbing vibes? I mean, like it just feels pretty evil, right? So the statue is called The Resurrection by Pericle Fazzini, and it's intended to capture the anguish of 20th century mankind living under the threat of nuclear war. What a comforting thing to have behind the Pope, right? That feeling, that sense of anguish. So wait until you hear what this statue really is. It's, quote, Christ rises from this crater torn open by a nuclear bomb, an atrocious explosion, a vortex of violence and energy. Now, we already talked about the hall looking like a snake, like the head of a serpent, right? Look at this statue from this view when you zoom in.
Oh, snap.
So there's Jesus. Look at his head. Look at the way his head is. Does that not look like the head of a snake?
It does.
Tell me that's not weird.
5 things the government doesn't want you to know about. 1. Area 51 and UFOs. Many conspiracy theories revolve around Area 51 in Nevada, suggesting that the U.S. government is hiding evidence of extraterrestrial life and UFOs. Some believe that alien spacecraft and bodies are stored and studied there. 2. JFK assassination. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963 has spawned numerous conspiracy theories. Some suggest that the government, the CIA, or other shadowy organizations were involved in a cover-up or orchestrated the assassination. 3. 9/11. Inside job. This theory posits that the U.S. government either allowed the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks to happen or orchestrated them to justify subsequent military actions and the implementation of stringent security measures.
Probably both.
4. Moon landing hoax. Some believe that the Apollo moon landings were faked by NASA and the U.S. government as part of the space race against the Soviet Union. Proponents of this theory point to alleged anomalies in the moon landing footage and photographs. 5. MK Ultra. This was a real CIA program that involved experiments on human subjects, often without their knowledge or consent, to develop drugs and techniques for mind control and interrogation. Conspiracy theories suggest that MK Ultra's scope and the extent of its abuses were far greater than publicly acknowledged. Follow and like for more crazy facts.
Hey, a lot of like prescription medication probably comes from MK Ultra, just testing on people, you know, and that's why they push for mental health nowadays, because they want you to go see a therapist, and then you go see that therapist, and they put that MK Ultra medication up on you, and now you got a whole different personality now.
I wasn't always a flat earther. People like to assume that because I'm a flat earther, I must be an uneducated moron. In reality, up until about 4 years ago, I was just like everybody else. On top of that, I was a biology and chemistry major. My goal was to be a biology professor, with the dual certification so I could also teach chemistry. My senior year of high school, I spent at Cornell University in Ithaca in a life science program. I won a prize of Biology Student of the Year in high school. I also took biology twice because I loved it so much. From a young age, I had always had a fascination of understanding how things work and why things happen. What's also been present is my faith. Although that wasn't even very serious until I was a sophomore in high school, but then it came really serious. You see, I had a very personal encounter with the Lord where I laid hands on a friend in prayer and was able to witness an actual miracle happen right before my eyes. There was no pretending that didn't happen. So from sophomore year all the way up to, now I guess, it's been a battle between balancing my faith and science. A lot of Christians try to agree with them both, that there's a way that they can go hand in hand. But at the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, there are things in the Bible that are directly contradicted by science. The theory of evolution being an obvious one, the Big Bang Theory, and the shape of our Earth. It got to a point when I just had to realize that it had to be one or the other for certain things. I couldn't serve two masters. I had a passionate love for science, and I had a passionate love for God. But they both couldn't be right about everything.
Wait. I concur. You could still have a passionate love about science and still believe in your faith. You just don't have to believe that science means the earth is round. You can still say you're a flat earther and still believe in science. There's still chemicals. There's still biology out here. You know what I mean?
And that started my journey into doing some serious research of my own. I'm not talking just paying attention to conspiracy theory websites and stuff. I'm talking, I went hard digging into NASA files and government files. It took me hours upon hours, days and days of reading documents. I had, I think at one point, 21 tabs open on my computer. Another catalyst in this whole process was about the time that COVID came out, and something was just very fishy to me from a biological standpoint. And I didn't just believe the globe one day and then all of a sudden wake up and believe the flat earth. That's not how it worked. Honestly, it started out as just realizing that not everything is what we've been told, that something wasn't right, and it started out as a deep mistrust for the information that we were being fed. Since doing all of my own research, my faith in the Lord has been solidified tenfold. I believe what I believe for a reason, not just because I blindly believe what other people tell me. The things that we are taught from childhood are meant to have us look at the first page of the Bible and say, oh, that's not true, and then shut it and not give any of the book a rest of a fighting chance. Universe, it literally means one spoken phrase. Yet the entire world gives credit to random chance, what is rightfully God's. What better way to convince people that God doesn't exist and you are unimportant than to convince you that you're a tiny little speck, a product of random chance, spinning through an indefinite universe? When in all reality, God made each and every one of us on this earth for a reason. He placed us in the period in time that He placed us for a reason. Every single one of us has the Spirit of God, the breath of life within us, and that's there for a reason, and He wants to know you. The Bible doesn't talk about other planets, an infinite level of expanding universe, because it's not there. God made the heavens, and God made the earth, and that is all that there is. What people think are extraterrestrials that are going to start coming out more and more now, they are fallen angels, and guess what? They are talked about in Scripture. God knows what He's doing. The spirit realm is very real. Angels, demons, fallen angels. Jesus is real. Heaven is real. But they don't want you to know that. There is more and more evidence coming out about NASA's falsities, the fake moon landing. Gosh, I mean, so many people now realize that it never happened. At the end of the day, God has proven Himself to be real in my life and loves me more than I could ever even imagine. It doesn't matter if the most powerful people in the world want to tell me something different. I know who I am. It doesn't matter what other people think about me. I believe what I believe, and what the rest of the world thinks doesn't really matter.
Yo, to all the non-believers out there, they over there thinking, well, since you put it that way. To all the people that, believe that they actually landed on the moon back then, we don't fault you for that. I mean, if we was back in that time, right? We didn't have no technology. We didn't really know no better. And they say, hey, we got some new technology. We're going to go to the moon. We probably would say, yo, we going to the moon. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know no better. Fast forward now, we look back at it like, ain't no way y'all went to the moon.
One of the leading Anunnaki proposed creating primitive workers, called Lulu, to relieve the Anunnaki of their laborious tasks on Earth. He identified beings in the Abzu who walked upright and used their front limbs as arms as potential candidates for modification. These beings lived among animals, competed for territory, and had hairy bodies similar to early Anunnaki ancestors. Enki captured these beings and presented them to the Anunnaki, suggesting they could be modified with Anunnaki essence. Ningish Zida examined the beings and found their essence similar to the Anunnakis, proposing that combining their essences would create a suitable worker. Enlil opposed the idea, advocating for the use of tools instead of creating new beings. Despite Enlil's objections, a council on Nibiru decided to proceed with the creation of the new beings for the sake of Nibiru's salvation. Enki and Ninmah led the experiments, attempting various combinations of essences and using crystal vessels for fertilization. Initial attempts faced challenges, but Enki suggested using vessels made from earthly materials, leading to the successful birth of a boy named Adamu, exhibiting a mix of Anunnaki and earthly features. Enki proposed creating female workers to facilitate autonomous procreation. Ninki, Enki's wife, agreed to carry the fertilized egg, resulting in the birth of a perfect female named Tiamat. Tiamat's essence was used to create more female workers, enabling the population of primitive workers to grow. Despite initial success, the workers faced reproductive issues, prompting further genetic adjustments by Ningish Zida. Earth experienced significant environmental changes, including increased heat, melting snow zones, flourishing vegetation, and natural disasters. Celestial disturbances and asteroid impacts added to the challenges, affecting the Anunnaki's mission on Earth. The third generation of Earthborn Anunnaki, including Inanna and Utu, took on new tasks alongside existing responsibilities. Enki established observation points and entrusted regions to his descendants, such as Nergal and Ereshkigal. However, the Anunnaki continued to face environmental and cosmic challenges, including strong winds, dust storms, and sulfur falls from the sky. Enki, Enlil, Ninmah, and Ningish Zida established a creation chamber in the Cedar Mountains near Ninmah's elixir seeds. The chamber became the center for multiplying cereals and sheep on Earth. Ninurta mentored Kain in sowing and harvesting, while Marduk mentored Abael in sheep breeding and herding. During the first harvest celebration, Kain offered grains and Abael offered sheep. Enki praised Abael's offering, but not Kain's, causing resentment. An argument over water led Kain to kill Abael with a stone. Kain was banished from Eden by Enki, and his lineage was altered by Ningish Zida to distinguish him from Adappa's other sons. The Anunnaki observed celestial changes and tremors, predicting a catastrophic flood caused by Nibiru's approach. King Anu's advisors warned of a great wave engulfing the Earth, leading to preparations for evacuation. Galzu arrived with a sealed message from Anu, revealing that Anunnaki who returned to Nibiru faced rapid aging and death due to their long stay on Earth. Galzu declared that Enki, Enlil, and Ninmah must stay on Earth and await the coming flood. Enlil announced that those marrying Earthlings must choose between staying or leaving without their spouses. Most Anunnaki, including Enki and his sons, decided to stay, while some, like Marduk, chose to leave with their families.
The Anunnaki connection. Sounds a lot like the Earth Chronicles or Dr. Z York's book. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's ever checked that out. So like this thought came to mind while watching that, right? What if everything's just a revolving door, right? A revolving circle. And you know how they say they came here and then they decided they wanted to, you know, they found another species, right? That other species was similar to them. What if that species was them in a way, and it's like a cycle? So then they evolve new species, that species grows, them people leave, thousands of years go on. We come back as more advanced people, not really knowing our true history, finding a less advanced people, then deciding, hey, let's help them out. And then it goes again. And then they get so advanced to where one day, thousands of years. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a revolving door.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Stop scrolling. Have y'all seen this? That dog is sitting like a human being. People are saying that it's a skinwalker. I don't even know what a skinwalker even is. But this is a golden doodle dog. Who was the one that created these dogs? Now it's trying to be a dog again, sitting on all fours. Never in my days I seen a dog sit upright like that. Its posture was sitting as if it was a human being. Yeah, we seen you, bro. You're not an actual dog. You're something else. Let me know if y'all seen this.
What if it was a human soul?
See, my surrogate mother was Viola Armstrong. She had a son named Neil.
Oh, really?
As you know, the story goes, he went down to Antarctica, had a heart attack, stroke combo, and came back. And then there was stuff on the internet. And finally I had to look at Buzz and ask him, Buzz, what happened down there, Bud? Buzz did say one thing, and it just stuck in my head. It's the way he said it. He just said, we thought out things we shouldn't. And if Buzz saw something, I don't know what it was, but it was enough to give the man a heart attack. So if there are beings down there, I would think these beings never planned on us. They've been there, they came in millions of years ago. They've been under ice for millions of years. I don't think they were expecting us.
Let me ask the thing about Buzz Aldrin, that there was this very cryptic tweet that came out during his stay down there. He said, "We have seen the faces of evil and we're all in danger." And this is right before he had his heart attack. And I can tell you, logistically, to do a medical evacuation from the interior of Antarctica is very difficult and very expensive. So something must have majorly gone wrong.
To underscore the fact that when the C-130 crew had dropped them off, they disappeared. And then when they went to try to find them, there was nothing at the National Science Foundation camp at all. Nothing.
They were
moving.
gone.
They were
dozen
totally
scientists.
gone. And when they did show up, they had been missing for a couple of weeks. And Brian S. and the C-130 flight crew were then sent back. And they were expecting that they would see this group of scientists out to meet their plane, doing this, yelling, something. And he said they were lined up like birds on a wire. They were all kind of next to each other, and most of them had their heads down, looking at their feet when the C-130 was pulling up. And that somebody had to go from the flight crew over to the scientists and direct them to get onto the plane. And they talked about how not one single scientist said one word. Most of them walked with their looking down at the ground. Brian said when they got them loaded up, he said to his flight chief, "What in the world? Where have they been?" And the flight chief said, "I don't know. We can't get a word out of them." And during the flight, Brian went and sat down next to one of the scientists, and he said he leaned over and touched the scientist's knee, and the man never looked up. And he said, it was as if we were dealing with 12 or 15 people who had suffered post-traumatic shock syndrome. that they were unnaturally frozen in their position and no speaking, and that they all looked afraid. That one of the SEALs that I have talked to that is not in the video said that as they walked for a mile or 2 miles into these very strange created architectures, they reached a point where something started coming through the walls out into the air. At first, it would go in and out of visibility, and then they realized that their minds were being manipulated. And then when they could see it clearly, and it was coming in and out like a television signal in the air, it appeared to be covered with scales, like an armadillo, the surface of an armadillo. And he said, when you are face to face with something like that, and you are trained in military to kill, but you're dealing with something you've never seen, and it can go in and out of visibility, and you know that your mind is being taken over by something that you are fighting. He said that happened in one of those corridors, and that was 2012.
Yo, what is that? On top of the tree. That ain't no monkey. That look like a gargoyle. I don't look like no monkey. That mother ain't even moving. Yeah, that's wild.
So, new alien mummies, as we speak, are being presented right this moment. So go and check that out. It's live. I think Vetted, the podcast, is streaming it live. So please go and take a check of it. I am watching it in a bit. I'm not watching it live. Also, the Pentagon have obviously come out and they've denied everything. Said there is no such thing as aliens. It's just highly advanced stuff that humans have made. And there is truth to that. There is absolute truth to that, and I've been saying it. It started many, many decades ago with the German stuff, but there is an alien presence, and they are lying. They are lying because there are some sinister things going on, and it would destroy the population of the planet when this comes out. Could go into details, but I don't think this channel will allow me. I will try and drip feed little bits over the course of the next few days on what I think is the sinister reasons for it. Also, I would like to say... What was I going to say? Oh, the new plan, what the whistleblowers and the UFO investigators are now planning, is to just bypass the United States of America. They're either going to do a catastrophic disclosure where they release it in a way where it's undeniable, or they're going to use other countries and their governments who are more willing and open to actually release this. Like, for example, right now, there is a press conference happening in another country that wants this topic out there. So they are going to try and do it that way. So this is just a quick update for people. I'll probably do a video later on a bit more on the Pentagon and how much they are fucking lying.
So here's my thoughts. I think that they're going to use these aliens, right? Or this UFO invasion to try to scare everybody, right? And then they're going to try to get people underground or into hiding. And then they're going to say, oh, it was the aliens up there, don't go up there. But it's really, they just trying to destroy everything up here so that they can come back up or come back out and have the world to themselves. That's just a theory. Now, this is crazy. That's too realistic. That's way too realistic. Bro glitched out. Yo, what's bro doing? Is he listening for something? Is it something in the FedEx truck, or is he just glitched out? Can y'all explain this? I don't got no clue. Sound like he, well, I said it sound like, wow. It looks like he's looking for something that he hears, like, what's going on in there? And then he just books it. That's weird. Ain't no telling.
You know those Walmart type brands like Great Value and then the regular brands, right? Listen to this theory, right? It might shock you a bit. So they have Cool Whip, then just the normal whipped cream. I bet you didn't know it's all made by the same company. It's just that Great Value goes to the same manufacturers and they just get it made cheaper without the branding, like no brand name. So, you know, the canned vegetables, right? The big name brand is called Green Giant, and the Great Value ones are also made by Green Giant. It's the same with cereal. There's this store called Aldi, right? Now this store is known for having the best products that match up to the big name brands. That's how they promote their store. So if you go into Aldi, they have this brand called Millville. And all their cereals are replicas of cereals like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cookie Crisps, and Rice Krispies. And they look so similar, but are all made by Millville. The real name brand is made by General Mills. They dug deep and found out that Millville is the same thing as General Mills. It's the exact same. They even taste the exact same, like literally.
Yo, was that Elon Musk for real, or was that AI? Because they didn't show Elon Musk too much, but I know everything else was AI. But regardless, man, look, y'all be trying to get a cheaper brand or say, I don't want Great Value. Ugh, that one's nasty. I'm going to get the Green Giant. They taste the same. It's the same thing. That's crazy. I think that every product in Walmart is owned by Walmart. That's just my theory right there.
The continuing microwave pulses that we are getting hit with every day. And I'm noticing they are ramping up.
All those storms in Texas, down south, right? They've been getting storms back to back to back for like weeks now. Maybe this is why.
On the 16th, they started at 9:11 at night until 9:11 in the morning. You see the pulse going from the east to the west coast. All right, boom, you see that?
Okay, so fam, this is a crazy wildfire that takes place over there in Australia, right? And these are like emergency units, I guess rescue units, going to rescue people in the fire or whatever. And family, that's not the crazy part. Okay, I want you guys to pay attention to the fire itself, okay? Because this is fucking crazy. I've never really seen fire like this, but you guys, just check this out, all right?
We're going to go in a burn over very, very quickly. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes.
Yo, is it purple?
Burn over, Scotty, burn over. Burn over, Scotty.
Okay, fam, you guys see that? The fucking flames are blue, like straight blue flame energy. I've never really seen fires burn blue.
Wow.
Like they say blue is the hottest flames. But usually you see that like in a torch or some kind of propane or something like that. This is like a wildfire, family, and the fire is blue. And this is intense. These cats are getting massacred.
Straight
but
up.
Anyway, fam, I thought you'd find this interesting with this new energetic we in, family. I'm telling you, the place is sparking up, and this flame is carrying the energy, bro. It's just like the plasma. Everything is more active than before. You're not telling me shit. Yeah, man, that's some new earth frequency. But anyway, fam, just go and watch the video and let me know what y'all think in the comments, because yeah, it's getting serious out here. New earth, let's go. Bang, bang.
That's crazy. It's like a whole firestorm.
Telephone captain, I have 2 men out of the advice. Mount Torrens has reversed into Cove Bay. We're going in a burnover drill. Unknown where my 2 crew are at this stage.
Once again, Council, this is just Earth changes. Adapt or die. Whether you like it or not, things will never be the same again, and you better move accordingly. Let's go.
So what you are seeing here should be red mercury, which runs away from garlic, but is attracted to all gold stuff. And as you can see on the top, it has no mirror reflections. It is invisible in the mirror, and it's not magnetic.
Invisible in the mirror, huh? Yo, that is crazy. I'm about to get me a red mercury suit.
Those are the rumors. Tell me what you think about this. Because when you Google red mercury, it is getting weird, really weird. Because red mercury is on the one side a myth, but on the other side, you can go to prison if you are trying to sell or buying this stuff. So how is it possible to go into prison if this stuff is fake? Can you tell me? This is really, really impressive. And when you go deeper into this stuff, then you can find that it is said that this liquid can produce free energy. It's very interesting.
So fam, red mercury is a superconductor. It's a modified version of regular mercury. And it's basically the Philosopher's Stone. It's said it can be used for healing, or it could be used to make quote-unquote nuclear bombs. That's how much energetic potential is inside this mercury. And as you saw in the video earlier, family, it's attracted to certain things and repels certain things. So garlic repels it. It doesn't have a reflection, so another name for it is vampire blood. And I'm in the belief that this material is being used by the governments of the world right now for a lot of different purposes. Like for instance, if you take this red mercury and spin it at a certain speed, you'll create a magnetic field, and with that field you can create lift. You feel me? So this is another way you can power certain ships. Like in the Mahabharata, they talk about using red mercury to power Vimanas. This is from that 20,000-year-old manuscript from India, family, the Mahabharata. I don't think for a second that the military-industrial complex isn't using this. And they keep saying it's not real, but again, you can go to prison for buying or selling it. So,
hey, that's probably because like they're trying to tell y'all it ain't real, because they trying to figure out where it's at. They're trying to get all of it for themselves. So then if they find out you trying to sell red mercury, they're gonna lock you up and then figure out, hey man, where you get all that red mercury from? We need that.
I promise you, it's real. They just don't want you knowing about it. But anyway, family, this is just some more of the magical, scientifical secrets that they have hidden from us. And the more the veil gets lifted, the more these things will be revealed. And the more we have access to them, is the more we have access to everything else inside the realm that we've been locked away from. There's a lot more in the treasure chest hidden from us, and we want it all back. Let's go. Bang, bang. Yeah, so basically, Council, no one should be paying for gas, light, water, none of that. It's all free energy provided to us from Mother Earth. They have no right to be charging us for it. Yeah, let's go.
Hey, so like, look up the old ancient mercury pools, right? They found like old temples with pools of mercury, apparently. I haven't gone too deep into, that subject, but I have run across it a few times. So look into that, and it might tie into what red mercury is and how these people traveled or did use or did have free energy everywhere.
Yo, Grand Rising Council, bliss up, abundance. Yo, I love y'all Nagas. Man, family, we are in the shift. This is insane. 2024, family, I honestly believe that this is the last fucking year of this construct. I don't know what's going on, but family, you see right here? Fam, this is Mexico.
Yo, Mexico, huh?
It fucking snowed out of nowhere. Piles of snow, and now the snow is melting and fucking flooding people's homes. Family, when we talk about fluctuate,
that's got to be, they got short sleeves and shorts on. Like, they don't even know what a coat is. That's wild.
Field. Look, they're over here trying to tax people for carbon tax based on global warming. Family, I told you guys, this is the fluctuation field. We riding the wave. You better balance out. Has nothing to do with no global warming. It's frequency. Council, I don't even know what to call it at this point. Call it grandma's peach tea. All I know is that this shit is over with. It's the middle of a heat wave. We're having the hottest heat wave on Earth. Miami's like melting, dog. It's been almost like 100 degrees. It feels like 1,000 degrees outside. No one's going outside. Same thing everywhere in the whole hemisphere. Fam, Mexico's having the same heat wave. And then it just snows out of nowhere. Bro, that's it. Family, y'all gear up. You hear me? Yeah, man, a new Earth flow. This infrastructure of this world cannot handle the fluctuation of the field. That's why it's doing this. It's fluctuating like this to break the fucking world. Nature's gonna break this world, family. It's already happening. Y'all stay up, stay blissed, stay organic, and get ready to step back into the garden. Cabbage Patch is over. Let's go. Bang, bang. Yeah. Yeah, Council, that's why the elders say bang. Water. You gotta be able to adapt to the new situation. Babylon is so rigid, this up and down fluctuation is going to break them. Yeah, man, let's go.
Y'all, something really weird is going on in the world. Do you remember that strong storm and flooding in Dubai? Well, you know, the sky turned green while it was going on. But that's not the only thing going on in the skies. Every day on TikTok, I'm seeing some kind of glitch or some kind of crazy change in the sky. Every day. Now, I do have a hypothesis for this that we'll get to in a minute. But this has been going on for about a year, all over the world. So what I'm wondering is the sky a projection? And that brings me to another thought. I know y'all have seen this. The Vatican prepares guidelines for apparitions and other supernatural phenomenon. But I want you to know something very, very particular. Appearance or communication with divine beings such as saints, angels, or Christ himself. It seems like we're about to see something that says that they're Christ. I remember one dream as a child, and it was being overtaken. The whole entire sky was overtaken by UFOs. And I remember it so vividly. I don't remember any dream as a kid, but that one. And as an adult, I had basically the same exact dream, except they were descending upon New York. Now, do y'all remember where it allegedly came out that NASA had hired theologians? Well, you know, you have the AP saying this did not happen, right? News 18 said it happened. The Hill said it happened. The Times said it happened. Now back to the apparitions of possibly even Christ himself. We know that Satan, the great deceiver, the prince of the air, can also manifest as an angel of light. And then when we had the eclipse, we literally had the devil's comet show itself. To me, my opinion, it kind of feels like Satan's getting ready to show himself, just not as himself. Being the prince and power of the air, would he not be able to control what the sky looked like? Just saying. What do y'all think? I've showed you 3 out of thousands of videos, by the way.
Yeah, man. The sky is... You know what? I don't know what it is. I was going to say something, but I don't even have a word for the sky right now. What is the sky? Where is the sky? Where are we? So that's why cursive is not taught. When you finally see it, it doesn't say sun. It says sin. Wow. Sin kissed.
Did you guys see that video with that lady, the newscast lady? Human. Not human. With the fly coming out of her eye. It like drips down and then pops in her mouth.
What?
I'm going to show you it. But even, not just that. Her face looks very weird. I don't know if it's something like a glitchy camera. But people were saying, oh, that's her eyelash. Bullshit. We live in the upside down world. That was not an eyelash. Watch.
Really just swallowed this fly that came out of her eye. Where did that fly come from anyways? It came out of her eye and she swallowed it? Bro, are you kidding me? First of all, how do you not...
Earlier today, I saw a
That made
woman
my
break
stomach
it
hurt.
down and do it in slow motion. And I don't know if you've seen that one floating around. That was the first one I saw. She does a really good job of like breaking down the tiniest bit, and you could see it come out of her eye, and she eats it. I have heard non-humans, I don't want to say too much, eat flies. It was hard for me to watch that because that shit makes me sick and gets my skin crawling, but sorry, that just proves a whole lot of what we've all been thinking. Don't you think?
Yo, straight up, what's going on with that? I ain't never seen a fly come out your eye. First off, who swims in wet concrete? People be doing some weird stuff. But yeah, I guess pterodactyls are real though. There's a lot of pictures of people seeing them or catching them. Like, what is that? That ain't no bird.
Yo, what the fuck? I thought this was uncurable. This is mad creepy. Why does this book have healing remedies for everything? For all the people that are dealing with something that you thought there was no cure to, this book really might have your answer. And I know all my guys can relate to this one. I wish I knew about this. And then this book just gives you the page number to find all of the potential remedies for any issue you might have. The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies. This thing's been going crazy viral on TikTok for a reason. It's got over 100,000 sales. If you guys want to grab yourself one, I'll leave you a link down below.
Okay, might have to get one of those herbal books.
A key role in strengthening.
Dang. Yo, what? I ain't never seen that either. Hold on. Rewind that.
Strengthening.
Excuse me, President Reagan. President Reagan.
Whoa. Okay, Star Wars. That's a portal? It looked like another one was right there.
Hello, everybody. You know how they're talking about the Pope is issuing new guidelines on dealing with seeing spirits and apparitions and angels and, in fact, right up to Jesus? Well, I just saw a video on YouTube. I'll put the name of it in the description, and it's about the secrets of the Vatican. And did you know that there apparently is an actual, for real angel rumored to be captured somewhere in the Vatican?
The devil.
What if it got loose? And now it's going to get its buddies. And that's why they got to put the flyer on how to deal with it. I don't know, guys. It's weird. This whole Vatican thing, they need to be exposed just like the Smithsonian. Like, I want to know what's in there. I want to know. That's my thing, my burning thing. What's all the stuff there? But can you imagine if they had a for real giganto angel and it escaped? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment.
Life does not. Oh my God.
Yeah, who is a little demon lady?
The Ethiopian Bible is one of the most mysterious and controversial books that ever existed. Even the country itself is shrouded in mysteries that can't be explained, but that's a story for another day. Ethiopia is home to one of the oldest civilizations in the world, and is...
before we get into this, I just want y'all to realize that there are some lines right now that make up Ethiopia in modern today, but back in the day, that whole side of Africa was Ethiopia. The whole Atlantic Ocean was called the Ethiopian Sea. So that should tell you something right there.
It's the only country in Africa that was not colonized, and because of that, they can trace their lineage all the way back to Ham, one of the sons of Noah. This has even been collaborated with the Jews. But this video is not about the country itself, but about what the country possesses. Ethiopia has some of the oldest Bible scrolls that ever existed, even older than the famous KJV Bible. Other than the 66 books that make up the King James Bible, the Ethiopic Bible has 88 books and includes some works that other churches just don't have. The book has scrolls from the Old Testament, the New Testament, and scrolls that had never been seen before. And what makes this so interesting is that they had these scrolls long before Christianity first came to their society in the 4th century. In other words, Christianity wasn't a religion given to them like most nations. Christianity was already in Ethiopia. Since the 4th century, Ethiopia has been a nation of Christianity. Egyptian traveler, monk, and historian Cosmas Indicopleustes wrote that Ethiopia was a Christian country when he visited there in the middle of the 6th century. He saw how the rulers opened their borders to a lot of Christian refugees who fled to Ethiopia as they ran away from persecution from kingdoms and empires that were against Christianity. Certain Ethiopian tribes have been worshiping the Christian God for over 3,500 years. In such, the oldest organized Christian body in the world is not the Catholic ministry as many would have. You believe? But the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, which is locally known as Tewahdo in Ethiopia. The country also has one of the earliest illustrated Christian books ever found, which is a part of the Gospels written in Ge'ez, an old Ethiopian language, and was found in 2010 in a monastery on top of a mountain in Ethiopia. According to the Kebra Nagast, which is in Ethiopia's holy book, in the 10th century BC, an Ethiopian ruler and the famous biblical Queen of Sheba went to Jerusalem to ask the famous King Solomon for advice. It's even recorded in the acceptable Bible canon, but what the Bible didn't tell us is that the two rulers had a son together named Menelik. Queen Sheba took the boy back to Ethiopia and made him the first emperor. In 2012, experts looked at the genetic makeup of many Ethiopians and found some evidence to support Sheba's journey to Jerusalem and birth there. In such, it is believed that Egyptian, Israeli, or Syrian people may have mixed with the Ethiopian natives around 3,000 years ago, during the time when the queen is said to have ruled the kingdom of Sheba, collaborating the story even further. Despite having all these credentials and authenticity, the Ethiopian Bible is still discarded and not taken as part of the canon of the holy books. In fact, most people, including believers of the same faith, have never heard of the Ethiopian Bible.
Story.
Oh, that's crazy.
I have seen them.
Dude, what? You see that? On the ground? That's the light.
I saw it when he was.
Yeah. That's just happening.
Yeah, that happens after an eclipse. I've seen little specks.
Oh my gosh.
I've never witnessed anything like that.
That
You know, I really didn't see what they were saying, just to be honest.
Just stay in the body.
Yeah, I
I'm
get
sorry.
it. If you need to take a moment, totally cool.
I'm just watching, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Take your time. We got plenty of time, like I was saying.
It's hard.
I know it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to feel these things, because, yeah, like I said, you're here to talk about it. You want to take a quick moment?
Sorry, what?
Do you want to take a quick moment off stage?
No, I'm here now, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Hi.
Hi,
It's
no
Kyle.
worries. Hello, Kyle.
Nice to meet you.
Hi,
Wait,
good to meet
what?
you.
Of course, we're in a
Yeah. You're not cool with the skirt?
No, not really.
No?
I'm a bit uncomfortable.
I see you trying to cover it up.
Yeah, no, stop looking at my legs.
So you don't approve of Nin's choice?
I mean, I'd prefer not to be in it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, cool, looks great on her, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure we look cute as hell, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't personally.
You wouldn't personally choose it.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you mind consuming this interview?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I know why we're here.
Well, ever since that guy posted.
That was crazy. She got two different personalities. One was Nin and one was Kyle. Y'all know anybody like that? I mean, personally, I've never met anybody that crazy. I don't even want to call him crazy. I feel like that's a bad word to call him, but it's crazy.
That video has been popping off for him. When I say that, I mean, like, I don't know if you can call it haunting. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Literally a video of him being possessed.
Wait, what?
Like, he's talking as someone first.
Whoa.
Yeah. No.
I didn't know it was that crazy.
It's
What the
crazy.
hell?
It's crazy. So I'll start off slow.
Yeah.
One of the videos is his house started becoming haunted. His lights started flickering. He would hear noises. He would hear voices.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Well, here we go. Friday night show.
Oh, no.
The lights are all going to crap in the garage again.
Making my eyes hurt.
Okay. I'm trying to talk to you guys, and evidently it's just... I'm gonna go back in the house. I'm gonna go live when I get in the house.
So other videos, he's in his kitchen, shit's popping off.
Yeah.
He's in his bedroom, and the lights flickering. I don't think this guy's fucking acting though. Like, Lord.
He can't be acting.
He has scratches on his body that he can't explain.
Okay, yeah,
like
that's
when he
real
goes
then.
to bed, he sees these scratches come up on him.
I was down back there working, and it just hurts. It just burns. And I feel odd. I feel...
Yo, my man's got possessed?
They're hiding the true answer to this question from us. How is it that people who used horses and buggies constructed gigantic, intricate buildings like these? They allegedly only used hammers, manual saws, and basic tools. Does that make any sense to you? Look at these grand structures and ask yourself, how could they achieve all this with such primitive methods? It makes you wonder if our historical timeline is accurate or completely fabricated to hide something. It gets even scarier. What if the dates on these buildings are wrong? Imagine if that number 1 wasn't a 1 at all. Our history could be off by 1,000 years. This brings us to who could have built these intricate structures. Have you ever heard of Tartaria? Tartaria is a colossal empire that conveniently gets left out of mainstream history. But you can never truly erase history, as many references can be found in old maps and documents. Tartaria was a highly advanced civilization with technology and knowledge far beyond what we can imagine. They have even been credited to have built the Great Wall of China and many of these intricate buildings pictured earlier. Could Tartaria be the missing link that explains these architectural marvels and historical anomalies?
It's possible, man. Let me know your thoughts on Tartaria. America was sold, huh? Billionaires buy it from the millionaires. So does that mean like they own us as well, since we're American citizens? And this is what people mean when they say, you know, all the news stations and all these places are owned by like 5 different companies, 5 different families.
Do you guys remember taking 2 soup cans and a string and making a telephone with your friend? I've made the same kind of thing with solo cups, some metal foil, and a speaker cone spring. But when I put this thing up against my beehive, have y'all ever heard of anything like this before?
So bees are really just minions, huh? Makes sense to me. Man, these are some of the most creepy and bizarre TikToks that are out there, y'all, for real. Like, if you guys don't already know, I just recently started track and field again, came out of retirement, retired right after high school. But yeah, I just joined the USATF Masters and just competed over the weekend. So if you guys are interested in checking any of that content out, make sure you go over to my vlog channel. The link will be down below and you can check that out as well. And I did come in first place. Ha ha ha. So your boy still got it just a little bit. But yeah, guys, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on. And until next time, YouTube, peace.